Now I want each and every one of you
to
tell me your breakup experience.
Okay.
And who was to blame?
Okay.
The reason why you broke up.
Okay.
And how did you cope?
They're always to blame.
Mimi breakup yangu kwanza nawapeleka mnamo 2018. Nakwambia msichana tuseme kichwa yake sijui alikuwa anatumia. Tumeenda date vizuri, nimejifunga bomb pale, nimempeleka date.
Umejifunga nini?
Hiyo nasema kujikaza.
Watu
hapo. Nimejikaza kisabuni. Okay. Nimempeleka date pale at an expensive restaurant. Akakuja.
Inaitwaje?
Ilikuwa above 1000. Expensive, endelea.
Jua tu ni expensive.
Above 2000.
Siwezi enda kila siku. So si tumeingia pale.
Okay.
Waiter amekuja. Do you know msichana order nini? Alisema give me hen. Hen ni kuku iko hai. Tafadhali. Hiyo ni nilimwangalia. Lakini how can you order hen? Hen mpaka waiter akasema kibona mke. Lakini kusema ukweli msichana and another thing msichana alifanya ni tuachana na yeye. Msichana alikuwa na sugar. Alikuwa na sugar mbaya sana, lakini ilikuwa kwa uso. Haya.
Oh my goodness.
Ati maze whoever you are aombe tu mswaiko sana.
Please, if you date me, don't ever air out your secrets or anything because you are done for in this life.
No, like kwa hizo reasons mbili, like which one is the main reason?
Are you serious?
The main niyo ya.
Ni ya hen ama shoe game?
Hen. Unatishaje hen?
Okay. I have a theory. We go to an expensive restaurant, and if it's something I actually eat, and I ask for salmon. That's fine. No, I ask for salmon because it's fish that's eaten like that, and it's also called salmon with salad.
Would you leave me? Mtu ashesikia mtu akita kuku hen. Ni kitu inatembe. Okay, Angie. What do you watch on nani?
No, bado jamaliza because you're the one who was given us the question. So we're expecting you.
Yeah. Na nani? Hajawachwa na nani? Nani hajamwacha bado?
And how did you cope?
Yes.
Okay,
your own question.
Okay, me, how did I cope?
Unaga pressure by the way.
By the way, mimi hata sikumbuki, sinanga pressure. Tukiachana unasonga mbele ka injili. Unaona venye nini? Train yezi ina reverse.
That wasn't a relationship.
It was a relationship. You see, what is not a relationship for you? Huyu anaweza kana 2 weeks tuachane. Wewe ni mtu lazima mkae na yeye miaka 10. Mimi tukikaa 24 hours tumeanza kudate. You're not going to risk my relationship. 2 years ni anniversary. 2 weeks ni anniversary. So, okay, if I try, wacha nikumbuke moja. Aki ni mingi. But at least moja yenye inaniumaga sana, it was my realest. Aki yo siwezi moibisha, but he did me so dirty, imagine. I didn't cheat. He didn't cheat as well. He just did something so stupid. He lied to me, and haikuwa ina involve mapenzi, si about relationship yangu na mse mwingine. He lied. That's what anashinda kusema. And number 2, he never defended me to the family. Like, mama yako sasa anaanza kuja anze kuniambia sijui you do nini, and he's just like that, you know, to myself, please.
Ebru, babe, just calm down. Okay. You know there are people you defend. Sasa wengine, mama yako anakuambia ona. Hata wewe mwenyewe macho inaona ona.
Okay, listen. Let's go for a short commercial break, then we'll be back with more interesting stories of kuachwa na kuachana. But you know what, you guys, breakups are real. Share your stories. Send us SMSs in the WhatsApp number.
Messengers.
Send us the messages. Mtuambie you share your experiences and how you coped. I think what we should learn and we should focus more is on how you cope, because man, that thing can break you or you can grow in it. So see you in a few.
Yes, welcome back. So before tuende kwa commercial break, we were discussing about like our experiences, right? Personal experiences with our exes and how did we cope and who was on the wrong. Of course they're always wrong. Kama wewe ni mchali unajua, of course they're always wrong. Na kama wewe ni sister pia unajua vizuri, we are always wrong. So that kavita kanaendelea. So before tuende kwa hiyo break, Angie was telling us something. Angie, Jemo alikuwa anasema mamako alikwambia uko na macho ona na ukaona. Tell us.
Okay, so the sisters walikuwa wananiingilia and you never defend me. You see, it's something that you guys should understand. No, being a media personality, this is us and we also have us out there. So just because you see me here nikipayuka nini, mimi naweza kutunzia bwana hadi shangae. Imagine.
Yeah.
No, I stayed in that relationship for 6 years, and then 6 years, and then sikuwa nimecheat.
How old are you?
I'm 25, Newton. I'm your elder sister. Sasa Nash sita kwa mamako.
Kai, nimetukanwa. Now that nimerushwa on
Before I
set.
finish, babe. So ndo nasema enye mimi. Yeah, I was so much affected. I can't stand a relationship yenye yako na defend, but that was not really the main issue. The main issue ni venye alinidanganya. Na kitu alinidanganya ilikuwa hata tuwezi handle, ilikuwa hadi imeenda kwa gava. So you can imagine how bad it was. Ilinvovadiwa za na ni mtu mpaka mmepanga munoa na shit imego down. Niko shule, I think I even went through depression.
Oh.
Yes,
Wow.
it was so bad.
Okay.
By that time I remember, I was working with YY. I was just crying. Like nilikuwa Tiff, wacha kucheka. You are teenager, 18. Ama it doesn't look like crying.
18, I'm 20. Is this how you said I was just crying?
Yeah, I was just crying because
So
sometimes
funny.
when you're so nice in a relationship, you don't understand why it has to happen to you.
Yeah.
Na venye nasemaga ni anachagwa. Sasa zingine unakachini unashindwa. Why did it have to happen to you? So since then I just became this bad bitch.
Yeah.
So like Mimi, that's why I don't give a damn. That's why I won't tolerate anything. That's why I want a buzz because vijana wadogo kidogo walinishinda.
We're glad you're back.
So guys, I wanted to get married early, and I did get married early because I had this idea, or rather with my ex-husband, we had this idea of building an empire and, creating wealth, and we were in the process of doing that. We were doing that. And then I wanted to have 4 kids by the time I'm 30. Sasa nakanusia hivi, but bado niko na lakini ni sawa. But then again, what am I saying? The marriage didn't work. The marriage ended. And you see, that was not just like a relationship for 2 weeks, ama 4 months, ama 2 years. It was a marriage. So it was something that was legally done, something that you took the vows and all that. But then it ended. So I didn't sit there and ask the wise. I never took time to sit there wise because in the process, a year before it ended, I knew it was going to end. Okay. And I was ready for that. So I prepared myself mentally, even when I was still in it, that you know what, one day this is going to end. And when it ends, it's going to be the end of it. Like there is no, it didn't take me by surprise. It was meant to happen because if it didn't, then ningekuwa wale watu wa statistics. One of us, me or him, would have been the statistics people who died in relationships and all that because it was toxic. It was that bad. But then again, there was we have a child, so there's a child involved. So you don't just throw your hands and do all these things. But then what we did very, very well is we burned all the bridges. Like we did the most. So even his family, my family, we can't get along. So we burned all the bridges. But then now I have healed because I got myself, like, there we say I took time and found myself. It sounds cliche, but you really have to get there. You really have to find yourself because in the process of being in a toxic relationship or marriage, you tend to be toxic as well. There are characters or there are things that you do, and at times it's unconscious or it's conscious, or you are the toxic one, but then you have to find yourself. So I found myself, and that's how I healed. And I forgive myself, and I didn't take time of the wise. I was like, you know what, this was meant to happen. It stayed for a couple of years and all that, but it ended, and there's nothing wrong with that. So if you're out there and you're in a toxic marriage or toxic relationship, you know what, don't stay there for the kids. I told myself I'll stay there because I want my child to be with his father and in a family setup, but I realized it was breaking me, and my child would have ended up growing to be a toxic person because you know what, the cycle continues.
I just have one question.
Yeah.
So literally a year before it happened, you could tell it's going to end.
Yeah.
And no part of you, and this I'm being naive, and that's just
It's
I'm
okay.
very
It's
naive.
okay. You're allowed to.
No part of you wanted to look at it and be like, okay, I'm usually seeing my death. How can I retract? How can I try, take my steps back and fix it?
You try, but some things are unfixable. Some things are unfixable, and especially because it's not caused by something. It's not caused by a substance. You don't do this when you're drunk. You don't do this when you're this.
Yeah.
This is who you are. Yeah. It never changes. And you know what? You're not Jesus. I prayed, I fasted, I kid you not. My church then told me, stay there, pray fast. It didn't work. It didn't work. Just have a reality check in your relationship. You're not Jesus. You're not someone's mother. Even your child, it reaches a point you let go. You're like, you know what, child? I have raised you. I have tried. I have fasted. Nimetoa sadaka. Hata sijui you've done what, but it's not working. You have to let go. So imagine, don't kill yourself because of someone else.
was true.
Yeah.
What? Okay, that was touching.
Finally, we get some.
I get that's
So who's
Jemo,
going
mimi
after
nangoja
her?
Jemo.
Just me, I can't. Me, I have a relationship. but-
me just want to take it from where Nasha's life goes. Waze, that's a lot. It's a lot to unpack. But I'm just going to say this. Hapo kwa even parents.
Yeah.
I think it gets to that point where relationships ata si just za your girlfriend, your boyfriend, even na some family members,
Yeah.
they get toxic.
Yeah.
And you get to that point where you have tried everything. You know, and this person is literally just draining the life out of you. And you have tried, it is just inakupeleka somewhere where, because I know of people, I don't know if people have seen Meona Storia, Michael Jackson's daughter, Paris, the way she's had issues with the story of Babake, the death, Nini, dealing with all that. It got to a point where akaanza mpaka kujikatakata, anajaribu kucommit suicide,
Yeah.
it's not working. She has done substance abuse because she's trying to look for that level of just a place where she can find her solace. No, but it's not happening. So I think before it gets to that point, because of someone, just leave. That's why maybe you prefer to ghost. Personally, yes.
So how you
Wow.
break up is by you
No,
go.
yes. So
and
me,
find the
I'm
cat.
headed. I was headed in that direction.
Okay.
So for me, I'm not very good for confrontations, especially
Yeah.
where my emotions are involved.
Oh,
Because number one, I fall in love really fast, and mimi ni ule mse, if I love you, you will know.
Yeah.
No, I will pour you, like I will shower you with love. Everyone around you will tell you yenyewe unapendwa.
Wow.
So, for me to walk away, it will be easier if I do what? Nikienda. Because every time I give you that, yo ninia, me by they think we should break up, you will talk me into staying.
Yeah.
Because I know I have fallen for you, you
Yeah,
will talk me
and
into
you
staying.
stay.
So, I choose myself. That's why I walk away.
You
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so me, I think I'll pick up from Jimo because that was the experience that I had. And I'm not even the type who gets into relationships, but the one that I did try, okay, it wasn't also that serious or that big, but like, it's something actually like, that had me like frazzled. Because the person I was with is this type of person like Jimo. Like, he was there and he would like overgive the love and was present. But when it comes to the time of ending things, the same way we began, you know, it's the same way you could ask someone out, Jimo. It's the same way you can talk to someone and be like, by the way, I'm done, I'm through. I hated the fact that he did not just, so mine, the reason it ended was because of friends. He believed more in friends than in me. My opinion, my existence almost did not matter when we were around his friends. One of them being even a girl best friend who even I was close to. But all that became like I was not there. You know this thing where you're told, where people sit in a room and it's like, if only she knew? Where everybody else knows something about you. And everybody else, so I had that. I had that if only she knew. And there's nothing more crushing than people watching you be a specific way and them knowing something's not happening back because of a situation that, to make it worse, they created. So in this part, I was the villain who's being victimized, if that makes any sense whatsoever. And this person was like Jemo to add on it. So he was like, I won't even tell her herself. So
Herself?
I won't even tell her myself. Like, the guy did not want to tell me himself. So
I thought you were saying something.
no, sorry.
No one caught
So
it.
he
No one
told,
caught it.
I know, I
Leave
caught
it
it.
there.
He told his friend to tell me.
Wow.
He told his friend to tell me.
That
And
it's
here it's
over.
where it gets so crazy, and I can't believe I'm getting this personal. But like, his friend, one of his friends who told me was with him in the car, and they're parked outside my gate. And they're telling me lies, and they're telling me how they're not there. So something struck in me and told me, just leave the house and go. And I didn't take an Uber, I didn't do anything, I was just walking, because like, it's really, like, it's convenient. And I saw him right outside my house. And he was seated there. And I went ham. You see, I was saying you're not confrontational, and I pray Jemo gets a person like me. I opened his car door, got into that car, and I was like, you will give me my answers.
Wow.
You will tell me that I don't care. I don't care if you think I'm crazy. Call the popo on me if that's what you want to do. But if we're together in something, you're not just gonna up and leave. And don't ghost girls. That damage that you're doing to people, you have no idea what goes to our minds. Because now we feel like we were the problem.
Yeah.
It was all us. It was all me. It was all Tiff. It was all Tiff. I confronted. I went through it. The confrontation kind of worked. it really put me down for a minute. How did I cope? I think, ghosted everyone and everything. Nothing mattered. No. How did I cope? How did I cope? Not how did I handle the situation. I coped by completely blacking everything and everyone out. I would put on this happy smiley face, but inside it was, I lost weight. I really went down and like cannot trust, will not ever trust people or anything again. But that was my story, and I feel like that's the one piece of advice I'll give you, Jemo. Stop ghosting. Text even. Just say, I know it sounds wrong to say, it's not me, it's not you, it's me. But do it.
Because
cowards are the one that ghost.
Yeah,
so we're not
like,
saying you are a coward, but I'm just saying
you'll be messing.
But you know, your explanation, he
girls
made an explanation and say that, you know what, he's not good in he can't do the confrontation thing. So
Tiffany.
But now you find the emotional damage that
you do to a person.
You'd rather, as she said, you'd rather even text and tell me why exactly you're not going to be a part of this relationship, because there's a lot of emotional turmoil. You go through, you're like, kwani nilifanya nini? And the best way to help the person improve is just by letting them know it was this and that, cut it off. As long as I'm sure. Anyway, now to my own personal experience. Hey, Nairobi. Kanairo. Simtanonesha stuff. But anyway, so me nimeachwa tu kwa relationship zote, like I've never left anyone.
What?
no, nanga.
You don't know how to leave.
I don't know how to
Don't
leave
get advice
people.
from Jemo.
So I'm always getting he'll just tell me to ghost them, but I've always gotten left in every single relationship. And yeah, I'm so glad that they had to go, because I finally found the right person, or at least the person I think is the right person, who's a bit more mature. Because for all things, I'm always this kind of a person who seems to have my life figured out. I have everything put together, but one particular blind spot for me, palimu fail in akwanga relationships. So as sophisticated as I look, I always go for those to vijana, to extol and everything, thinking they have potential and y'all are gonna grow and maybe I can push them and you can be this amazing person so that you can have that story. But it never worked in any of my relationships, kwa sababu number one, mimi niliachwa mara mbili na mtu mmoja to start with. That's that person. Imagine say yako kwa DM. But now, quick one on that one, because I think you're done taongelea hizo zingine ilikuwa mpaka baby mama drama. I've been a step parent in Nairobi.
Oh my God!
At your age. Come, let me endow you with wisdom of how to
have tried.
No, as in,
every
I'm this kind of person who seems so tough and everything, but at the end of the day, I am just emotional. I just want to be a woman when I'm in the house, and I'm willing to understand and to compromise and just nisi kujudge. But sasa sahi yenyewe mimi nitakujudge.
Oh yeah, you have to.
Nitakujudge. But now this species, nimemaliza tu high school, mimi nilikuwa wale wase bookworms, like me, I don't do boys, like y'all are gonna distract me from my career, from me becoming the woman I'm meant to be. And then finally coming to msee, alikuwa amejaribu from when we finished primary. It's someone I knew from when I was a kid, from when we were like 7 in class 1. Yeye ndo alikuwa ana crush on me. Okay. It's always the other way around, but you could break up. A different story. So this guy had been trying to text me from when we were in Form 1, Form 2. Memaza toka like class 8. Form 1, Form 2, nabadilisha baka number. When I text na nabadilisha ingine, I used to have different numbers. My dad has about 8 numbers on his phone because I used to change my number every time in high school. So fast forward, after high school, he came to me, nikamuuliza sasa bro, hizo vitu zenye ulikuwa unasema zote si uniambie face to face. You're always talking via text. See me so confident. Why don't you talk to me face to face? Like pata confident. Very shocked and everything. Took a date for almost like a year. And then during, you see this red flags wago na ignore. Kuna pali relationship inaendanga tu mrama. And you're like, kwani mbono niongeleshangi at this times? Why are you not doing what you used to do?
you know, putting effort and everything. But the moment you start asking a guy to do those things for you, he's already detached. Yeah, detached. And the worst thing, he was talking to every single friend of mine. Like, he was experimenting with every single girl who were people I knew. So nashangaa, alafu Mungu anakuanga na spiritual something ya kukuonesha kwa explore page ya Instagram. The way this guy has liked posts ya you na me comments na love hearts. So every single thing there was just automatically bad, and after that he cheated, and I found out he was in a relationship with someone else, and we broke up, and then I took him back after 2 months again, and then tukakaa kwa relationship, and he left me on his birthday when I was going to surprise him. So yeah,
Did you eat all that cake?
At least you didn't waste.
no, I had saved to buy him a gift. I had no job. I'd saved to buy him a gift, and then football boots because he wanted to be a footballer. Nilizichoma.
Alex, why man? Alex, share. Na venye wote mnakaa tu hapa mko happy, mko loud.
Now we are.
Tiffany mpaka amesema anakonda juu ya mtu. Mimi nijikute.
Right, so with me,
I
I can say that I've been like in 3 relationships. The rest ni watu walituma na shetani kuja kunijaribu. It didn't work out. I'm sorry to say that. But I think in these, if at all, because I can see you want personal experiences, I think I'm going to hurt my ego thoroughly because I'm going to say the truth. Like, you know, there's this thing that we keep on pointing fingers. Like, we men pointing like, oh, we never want to accept that people are wrong.
Right.
And the ladies are also there trying to defend themselves and saying that, no, we are not. You're always the problem. So I think in mine, the problem was I was holding back, you know, because this particular lady, I'm talking about this one person that we dated for like 2.5 years. But since she's the one who approached me, and you see always the people wanafanyanga, sijui ati mtu akikuapproach, wanasema like dem akikuapproach, we kama chali, we always, there's this notion that women take advantage of them, of the situation, because we feel like they're the ones who have approached us. So we dated for like 2.5 years, and all this time, I was always committed, you know. Then she kind of felt like I wasn't the right person for her. Like, you know, it was a time I was in first year, and I was already establishing a company. So I was always on the run. So this lady thought that I wasn't like giving her time. So she thought that maybe this guy is not a match for me. But she was always there for me, right? So I was working here and giving her maybe say only weekends. Then it continued that way. We were okay. Then after 2.5 years, she calls me, kama sasa niko Ushago, and she's in Nairobi, and she's telling me that, okay, this is not the first time she was telling me this, but she could tell me more often that I think we need a break. Not that we've been in a fight, no disagreement, but she's just telling me that we need a break.
This feelings uneka pause.
I know.
So after she told me that she needed a break, like this was not once, not twice, not thrice. And even my friends were like, why does she have to keep on telling you that she needs the break?
I also feel like our Sema, we need a break. I feel just break up.
Stop
making.
Sorry to say this, break up how, Jimo? By ghosting?
No, like just to stop. Yes, iishe tu. Stop.
Okay, so
kuweka watu na you know, you're leaving someone in
purgatory.
Yes, in limbo. Like this person is not hajamaliza.
Yes,
like,
and the fact that he ndiye anaamua.
Yes.
So the point is, despite her telling me more than once that she wanted a break, I didn't like think it was wise for me because we never disagreed. Then I always appreciated the effort that she was putting to like make us be together.
Yeah.
That's why you see, mimi niko Shago yako Nairobi. Then I was like, okay, I'm going to spend like some time, maybe say a month or 2 in Shago. And she's there like, excuse me, I need a break. We haven't disagreed or anything. Then I was like, wako Nairobi niko Shago. Hata nikupatia
It's already a break.
It's already a break.
So I tell her that, okay, you take the break. Then after 2 hours, 3 hours, she's like, text on WhatsApp, I've lost interest. And I was like, excuse me? This was the first time in my life I felt like, I can stand up as a man and defend and fight whatever pressure my emotions bring to me. Because she told me that I've lost interest. And I was like, okay, you've lost interest. Reason, hata mimi sijui. And then I was like, excuse me, like we've been investing emotions for 2.5 years and you're busy texting me in my inbox that you've lost interest and you don't have any reason. I didn't talk. So I waited, then I came back to Nairobi because I felt like breaking up kwa simu and we did like start dating kwa simu. I didn't look for you like you maybe say Facebook nikaku DM ama nini. It was something that you, actually she's the one who approached me for us to date. You see that?
Look at
So
that.
so I was like, okay, I was
You're
like,
handsome.
no, now I was like, let's now go do it maturely. So I tried looking for her.
Hata ukivaa hizi viatu za Yesu, you don't walk. You don't walk with them. They come.
So I tried looking for her so that you could maybe say like tujue tu. Like kama imeshikwe, it's something mature. Then a friend of mine decided to come to my aid because apparently this lady had called my friend telling him that sijui mara sijui Alex amefanya nini. So I was like, something that she did that annoyed me, she blocked my friend. Now I was like, why do you block someone who is not even having any issue with you? So it came. So when I went back to school like for this last year, nikamit na yeye. It was kwa tuck shop. I was going to buy a mask. Akitoka kuanua nguo. Nakwambia
these things are happening.
we broke up, then we stayed for like a couple of years bila kumit. So at this time aliletwa kwa then I'd gone to school. So mimi nenda kunua mask, ametoka kuanua nguo. I was going to drop the one that I was having kwa dustbin. Then she's like coming this way. Trust me, ilikuwa ni kama movie. Tulipishana hivi. Then akasimama hapo mbele na ngoja nikuje nimuongeleshe. I took the new mask nikavaa na nikampita tu kama naenda. I mean, you don't treat me like trash and then you expect to be treated like a queen.
Mngegongana vitabu anguke.
Unfortunately zilikuwa manguo. So kitu ingeanguka maybe ni bikini. Ningeokota aje.
At
So
the end of the day, you just
man.
do whatever you need to do to recover from your breakup. Me, I cried, but at the end of the day, after you do that, recover.
No,
and
ghosting,
move
I did
on.
ghost.
That's how you find the one.
What helped me was yoga and meditation.
Wow.
And
Yoga.
working out.
Wow.
So yeah, yoga.
It does, but it helps a
A
lot.
lot.
It does.
Me what helped me is moving to the next.
You should not even have anything, but it works. Just
No,
do it.
Whatever works
Okay,
for
so I
you.
have a question. Did the next one actually say chicken in the restaurant?
No.
Yeah.
Huyo ni ule mwenye alikuwa mvaa
What's
kinyasa
up
ya
to
Arsenal.
discuss
Una-
here?
hiyo-
Wait, what?
Tupatane kwa tent.
Unatoka kwa hen kwa
Tent,
Arsenal?
There's a meeting. Wacha tutaongea hii ingine kwa tent. But mimi, I think maze, just do what works for you. Find that which works for you. Usiache msia kukut in that place where you're depressed at any given point because of relationships. It's never worth it. Because someone who puts you in that kind of pain, she's never worth that kind of. Usimpatie that kind of.
Hakudeserve
Exactly.
it.
Hakudeserve. Hey, for once.
Mimi sijawahi date tena.
It's fine.
Najaribiki.
It's all right. Sawa.